Hey everyone, and welcome to my Pokemon Fire Red solo run with just one Lickitung. In this run I will be using no battle items and only one Lickitung in battle. I will use other Pokemon for HMs, so you may see some others on my team throughout, but they are never used to progress through any battles. I hope you enjoy the run. As you see here, I made the tough decision to go with Farfetch'd over Squirtle and Charmander. The only change I made to this game was replacing Bulbasaur with Farfetch'd as a starter. In the first rival battle, we only have one move, so we go with Peck a few times and take down the rival's Charmander. We run into the rival again next to Viridian City, and we take down both his Pidgey and Charmander with a few Pecks. We are a couple levels higher than him though. I will need to train up before the first rock gym. So I got tired of grinding and figured I'd just give the gym a shot at level 13. I'd gotten Supersonic and figured I might get lucky. So Brock starts out with GEODUDE. I confuse it right away, then spam away at Lick. That also eventually paralyzes it, so between the Licks and it hitting itself, we ended up beating it. Next up is Onix. I go for the same strategy, except Supersonic keeps missing. I do get it confused though, and it gets paralyzed from Lick as well. I also got lucky that Onix missed Rock Tomb a few times. Again, between the Licks and it hitting itself, we somehow got our first badge at level 14, and with one bad attacking move. We hit up the rival by Nugget Bridge, and he wants to battle. He starts with Pidgeotto, 3 Pecks take it down. Next is Rattata, and 1 Peck takes it down. Charmander is next, and 2 Pecks work for it, and finally Abra goes down with 1 Peck. We go into the Misty fight a little over-leveled at 26, so I one-hit the Staryu with a Mega Punch, and then comes out STARMIE, and after taking a couple of Water Pulses, I take it down with a couple more Mega Punches. We get the second badge and the TM for Water Pulse. I may add that to my moveset, but I haven't decided yet. We run into the rival aboard the SS Anne, and he's no match for Farfetch'd. First is Pidgeotto, one-shot secret power. Raticate has the same fate, as does Kadabra, and finally Charmeleon. Probably one of the few easy ones for Farfetch'd. Moving on to Lieutenant Surge, he starts off with a Voltorb. A quick dig and it's done. He goes to his Pikachu, and after he double teams, it takes one dig again to take that one down. Now with Raichu, he is spamming double team, but once I finally hit the dig, it one-shots him too. Pretty easy battle for the third badge. I run into the rival in the Pokemon Tower for a battle. He first sends out Pidgeotto, which was easy. It fainted after one stomp. Growlithe took a Water Pulse to take down. Execute, of course, lands a Hypnosis, so that wastes some time, but once I woke up, a few stomps took it down. Kadabra took one dig because of its low defense, and Wartortle took a dig with very little damage, so I had to do 2 stomps to take it out. Pretty easy this time, but I could see his team being a pain for me later. We get to the bottom of the Rocket hideout and face Giovanni for the first time. All of his Pokemon are rock or ground, so he'll be a difficult task at some point. He starts off with Onix, I go for a Swords Dance, and he hits me with a super effective Rock Throw. Luckily I'm over-leveled, so it doesn't do much. After that, it takes 2 slashes to take it down. It takes a couple more slashes for Rhyhorn, even with the attack boost, but a one-shot for Kangaskhan. At the top of Pokemon Tower, we run into the Apple Man here, and he gives us a flute back at his place to move the Snorlax. We go into the 4th gym finally at a way too high level, so we knock out Victory Bell, Tangela, and Vileplume all in one hit with Aerial Ace. Also right before this, I collected the 30 Pokemon to get the item finder and retrieved the leftovers that are under the Snorlax and Celadon. We come on down to the 5th gym to take on Koga, and he starts off with Coughing. We one-shot with Strength. Next is Muck, which is Tooth Strengths, another Coughing, another one-shot Strength, and finally a Wheezing, which does hit me with a Toxic, but with 2 Strengths, we have our 6th badge from the 5th gym. We also get the TM for Toxic, which may come in handy. We meet up with the rival on the 9th floor of the Silphco building, because he hangs out in the buildings taken over by thieves, I guess. Anywho, we have a battle. He begins with Pidgeot, he hits a couple of wing attacks, but Strength takes it down. I did do this battle one other time, and this thing did Feather Dance, which really screwed me up on top of the Lickitung, losing attack power from Intimidate on the next Pokemon, which is Growlithe. But I did manage to one-shot it with Surf. Execute is next, and it paralyzes me and hits a Confusion, but 2 Surfs took it down this time. Alakazam got a Future Sight to hit, but Strength takes it down. Blastoise was really bulky, but after getting rid of the paralysis with Refresh, I was able to take it down with the Strength. Now on to Boss Rocket. We arrive at the 6th gym to take on Sabrina. She sends out Kadabra, it sets up a Reflect, but I one-shot it with Strength. She sends out her Mr. Mime, it lands a Psybeam, which does nothing, and I 3-hit it with Strength after her Hyper Potioning. Her third is a Venomoth, it's a 2-hit KO with Strength, and finally she sends out her Alakazam, who immediately goes for Calm Mind, but we still one-shot with our physical move in Strength. I surf down to Blaine in Cinnabar Island, quickly run through the Pokemon Mansion, and take on his fire team. First is Growlithe, one surf takes it down. Same goes for his Ponyta. Then comes Rapidash, that's a one-shot surf, and finally Arcanine, who takes me a few surfs because Blaine kept Hyper Potioning, but we get our 7th badge. We finally go back to Viridian City to take on Giovanni one last time as the gym leader. He brings out his first Rhyhorn, and we one-shot surf. Nidoqueen, one-shot surf. Nidoking, one-shot surf. Dugtrio, you ask? One-shot surf. And the final Pokemon is a level 50 Rhyhorn, and guess what? One-shot surf. We have now completed all of the gym battles with just Lickitung using no items in battle. We also received the TM for Earthquake, which I will probably replace Dig with. We find our rival on the way to Victory Road, and he starts off with Pidgeot, and hits a Feather Dance as I try to Swords Dance. We go back and forth for a little bit, then I just hit with 2 slashes. After that is Rhyhorn. I get a couple of Sword Dances in finally, and then go on the attack and knock it down with 1 slash. Execute goes down with 1 slash, as does Alakazam. Then was Gyarados, 1 more slash, and Charizard 1 slash. This went easier than my last run with Lickitung, so maybe Farfetch'd isn't so terrible. We'll see how it goes with the Elite Four. Anyways, we finally begin battling the Elite Four, and Lorelei begins with Dugong. He hits me with an Ice Beam, but my leftovers heals most of it back, and 2 strengths take it out. Next out is Cloyster. We almost take it out with Strength and Surf, but Lorelei full restores and switches to Lapras. We take that down with just a couple of hits, though. Then we're back to Cloyster. It does a Protect, but 1 Strength and a Surf do hit and take it out. Next is Slowbro. It uses Amnesia, but with 2 strengths, it's done, and finally on to Jinx. It uses Attract, which is always fun, but we land a Strength, and it's a one-shot. First Elite Four member is done. So I realized I forgot to use my 6 rare candies I picked up throughout the game, so I'm showing you I have them and use them now, and it wasn't a separate playthrough. Next up is Bruno, and this could be a problem because fighting types could wreck shop on me. So he sends out his Onix. I know it won't be able to do much, so I set up my 6 double teams, and 1 for good luck because apparently I can't count. 1 Surf that takes out the Onix. Next is Hitmonchan. It goes for a Sky Uppercut, which could really hurt me, but I'm lucky it misses. I hit an Earthquake, and that's a one-shot as well. Hitmonlee hits a Brick Break, which takes about a quarter of my health. Good thing I'm level 82. I hit an Earthquake, but it somehow survives, and Bruno uses a full restore. I go for Surf, and I luck out getting a crit Surf that takes out Hitmonlee with 1 move. He throws out Machamp, it goes for Bulk Up. I hit an Earthquake, and it does almost nothing. He hits me with a Cross Chop, but I'm able to spam Surf even though he's healing, and take that thing down. Finally is another Onix, which is a one-shot Surf. We're on to Agatha. She starts the battle with a Gengar. Once I see we are both going for double teams, I start to attack before I can't hit it, and luckily I have 2 Surfs go right away, and take it out. Next up is Golbat. I hit a Strength for good damage. It hits me with a Poison Fang, but luckily I do not get poisoned by it. Then I hit it with a Surf to finish it off. I'm able to take down Arbok with 3 super effective Earthquakes. The next 2 went pretty similar, both Gengar and Haunter. Both put me to sleep, then had a sleep attack like Nightmare or Dream Eater. This goes on for a bit with both, and I can really only use Surf, which does the job on both, and we finish off Agatha. We are now on Lance, and with his dragons I needed a strategy. I once again pile up 6 double teams, then start my attack. With the first Gyarados, nothing is too effective on it. I'm lucky that my second strength on it was a crit to get out of there. Aerodactyl was a little easier, with Surf being super effective, which made quick work of it. Dragonite was pretty strong, but we were able to live through its outrages until it was confused, and a crit strength really helped out. Next were 2 Dragonairs. I tried Earthquake, but strength was still better as a stab move. So that's what won us this battle. So here we are at the champion. I'm really worried about his RHYDON, so before the battle I switched out Secret Power, which I haven't really used, for Double Team to try to avoid some super effective moves. He starts with his Pidgeot. I immediately go for the double teams, then Swords Dance again, since that's been working for me. Once my health is getting too low, I go for an Aerial Ace since he hit me with a Sand Attack. That takes it out. RHYDON, I hit with an aerial ace. It misses a few rock tombs. I finally hit a slash after some misses, and an aerial ace finally gets rid of it. I'm lucky I did those double teams to avoid all those attacks. He then goes to his Alakazam. He puts up a reflect as I do another Swords Dance, but one aerial ace still works on it. Out comes Exeggutor. One aerial ace takes it out too. Gyarados intimidates, so I go for another Swords Dance, but then it takes a lot of my health out as somehow a Hydro Pump connects. One more aerial ace finishes it off though. Finally Charizard is out, and a crit aerial ace finishes the battle. We're finally the champion with our one Farfetch'd. Once again without leftovers, I don't think this would have been possible. It wasn't as bad as I initially thought it would be. Farfetch'd has better stats than I thought, and tanked a lot of big hits. I still think my Love Disc run was the most difficult. Well, that's it, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this challenge, and please, as always, let me know if there are any others you would like to see. If anyone has any feedback for me, I am obviously trying to grow and make my videos better, so let me know. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.